Good morning, my dear students, grade 3 intermediate. Nice to meet you today in module number 4, question 4C, what went wrong? We're gonna focus on this lesson on vocabulary and reading. If you look at these pictures, there is something which went wrong with them. So, which of the following do you think would ruin a holiday? Let's start with picture number 1. This boy or this man is missing a flight. 2. Waiting for the delayed train. Then, forgetting your passport. Losing your suitcases. Car breaking down. Getting sunburned. If you look at the sun here, it is too hot. His face got red, so he was getting sunburned. This guy is running out of money. And last one, packing the wrong clothes. We're gonna focus on the text and look at the picture on the subject of Jason Partridge's blog. Why do you think his holiday went wrong? We're gonna read and find out why his holiday went wrong. What went wrong with his holiday? The text. The subject here, it is a nightmare mini holiday, written by Jason Partridge, date the 14th of August, location home. Well, I thought this would be the best holiday, but unfortunately, I have just come back from the shortest cruise ever. From the moment we arrived at the port, we knew it wasn't going to be our dream holiday. The first thing I noticed was that most of the people boarding the ship weren't my age. Secondly, the ship looked a lot less luxurious than it did in the brochure. But the real shock came when we were shown to our cabin. It was tiny, the beds were uncomfortable, and it had no windows. So my dad went to reception to try to get us a better one, but unfortunately all the cabins were full, so it was impossible for them to do anything. Then things got worse. It was time for the ship to sail when there was an announcement about a 2-hour delay. Of course, there were many dissatisfied passengers. The crew asked us all to be patient, stay on board and enjoy our lunch. But the service was terrible. They were so disorganized, it took us an hour to get our lunch and it was completely tasteless. After that, we went back to the cabin. My brother wanted to have a shower, but there was no water. So he called the reception to find out what the problem was. It seems that they were having trouble with the water supply. We finally left port, but things didn't improve. We hardly got any sleep that night, and the next day, when the ship made its first stop, we got off along with most of the other passengers, and we never went back. As I'm writing this, my dad is writing a letter of complaint to the travel agency asking for our money back. We're gonna focus on the questions that is following these text. Question number 1. When did Jason and his family first realize that their holiday was going to turn out badly? The answer is when they arrived at the port. Question 2. What happened when they saw their cabin? The answer, Jason's dad went to reception to try to get a better one. 3. Why didn't Jason and his family enjoy their lunch? The answer is, because they had to wait for an hour before they could eat the food and was tasteless. And the food was tasteless. It means very bad smell, okay, it is not very tasty. 4. Why did they call reception? The answer is because Jason's brother wanted to have a shower, but there was no water. 5. How did they end their cruise? The next day, they got off the ship and never went back. Now we come to the exercise number 3, vocabulary. If you can focus on these adjectives, in order to make the opposite, we can add some prefixes to these adjectives, like un, like dis or dis, or like im or im. If you focus on this adjective, happy, its opposite is unhappy. Comfortable becomes uncomfortable. Pleasant, its opposite is unpleasant. Healthy, unhealthy. Successful, unsuccessful. The next type of the adjective that we can add before it a prefix dis or dis. For example, like, dislike, agree, disagree, organized, disorganized, appear, disappear, satisfied, dissatisfied. The third type of adjectives to make its opposite is to add before it im or im, like polite, impolite, possible, impossible, possible, impossible, patient, impatient. That's it for today. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Goodbye.